Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a reading today for Gemini. This will be for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. I love reading. This is timeless. Oh, reconciliation. So I take it that it feels like you've actually been not in communication or had very little. I actually picked up on this yesterday. However, they are having romantic thoughts. And I actually see a proposal coming. I want to make you mine. So even though there's been some silence or very little communication, I get that it's actually the calm before the storm, in the sense that they've just got big ideas coming. Big ideas and big thoughts. Not sharing it with you, of course, but it's coming. Oh, yes. Ooh, bunch of cards all want to come out. Heart-to-heart conversations. So it's definitely coming. That's coming right under reconciliation. So you and your counterparts, spouse, boyfriend, this can resonate with quite a few scenarios, in the sense that if you've been apart from a loved one, someone you've been, perhaps not really in a lot of conversation with, or just in kind of a silent phase, more or less, you will have some kind of communication come in that I feel is actually going to be quite surprising. They're just in their head about it. I feel like this is a lot of silent thinking. Big steps coming. Let's see what else the romance angels can tell us. Worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. So again, that clarifies what I was saying before about a lot of silent thinking. It's just all in their head right now. But again, this can be with, even if you've had a relationship where you were married at one time and possibly separated, gone your separate ways. I'm also getting that there will be a reconciliation. You're having second thoughts about it. This is your soulmate. And that's coming under proposal. Trust also want it to fall out. So you may also have a lot of chemistry with this person. Let's see what the regular tarot is going to tell us as far as situation. Well, if I can get it. Yeah, it just feels like there's been some distance. Again, I picked up on this scenario yesterday in a previous read about a lot of silence. However, I do feel like it's coming. It's like a calm before the storm. They do want to have a heart-to-heart with you. I want to talk about it, and I feel like it is worth waiting for. They might have had some in and out behavior in the past, like quick communication, and then it just came to a halt. Little to no communication. It may seem like there was little interest, little effort, but balance will be restored. I think that's where I also was picking up on the spousal thing. If you've gone your separate ways, with the Knight of Wands being there recently, they are having second thoughts about that, and feel like they do want to come back around and try it again. Yeah, taking action for sure. They're really in their headspace with the Five of Cups, having regrets, having remorse, feeling out in the cold. There is a in and out energy here of really not knowing what to do, but considering all their options. They know that, take it how this applies and where it resonates, whether it's you or them, as energies can be reversed. Just thinking about the hard times that they've already put you through, with their behavior of not really being, it seems like, not really having a whole lot of maturity about it. Has a little bit of that ghosting energy, just not being upfront about how they feel, hiding their emotions, giving the cold shoulder. 1 minute, all excited and in there and communicating, then going to very little communication or none at all. Really having regrets about it, though. I have a strong energy of that. I feel like it's an energy too. It's almost like a fear of facing you, not knowing what to say. Yeah, sticky situation. Getting that too. It's like they're really holding back because the cards are even taking a while. Like to only take jumpers. Let's see if something will pop out here. It's like they're having, I get that their throat chakra is closed. And they've shut down. There we go. 4 Wands. 4 Wands does indicate, though, investment, putting time in, laying roots. And for some of you, you've already laid the roots in the foundation. However, it's just not really going anywhere at this time. I do see change. We actually had 2 5s on the board, so that does indicate change coming, and they do want to work on this. I think they're just making a plan of action. There's external circumstances maybe preventing your person at this time from coming forward, just trying to think about all that they can do and how they're going to proceed. But in the meantime, whether this is you or your person, your guard is up. This is considered the wounded warrior. They know that they, because of the behavior that they've shown, this is putting your defenses up. This is putting your walls up. This is being guarded. I always say that how energy transfers. And, in the sense of sometimes in other people's actions, and not knowing where we stand with them, it brings on an energy of, inconsistency. And therefore, it puts us in our head as well. That is going to come to an end, though. They do feel whether this is how you perceive, and this is a mutual energy as well. So I do feel like it goes both ways. It's this cycle is coming to an end. It's a chapter actually that's coming to a complete end, and with that comes new beginnings. I feel like this person is at a distance, whether it be emotionally and physically. I do see both energies here of that. But I feel like they are tired of, in the sense of just being in and out, dipping in and out. They know that they probably come across like they're stringing you along. But they do hold you in high regard. But this is divine order. I feel like the divine is stepping in and kind of pushing this person forward to speak their truth. So I'm not seeing any communication about it. Where I was getting a lot of pin-up feelings. It's almost an embarrassing energy as well, because they're not willing to face you at this time, knowing that they've hurt you, and now your walls and your guard is up. Again, just got through saying that we're having an ending, but here we go with the Magician, and that is a new beginning. I have this in your person's place. However, you can, again, reverse the roles, and it's showing that they do have all the tools. They are manifesting you, which is a great sign for a new beginning. This is the Fool. So, it's like they're kind of taking caution to the wind, which usually the Fool does not. But they've already gone another step beyond that. Taking a plan of action. Let's see where this goes. This is someone that feels like you're very special to them, and they're trying to build the courage up. This energy came through a lot in my last reading. Knowing that it's been an awkward space, just not speaking and not knowing that they've put a weird energy in there, just because they weren't able to communicate and come forward with their feelings and what was going on. I think a lot of your masculines were having an awakening, and it probably came to a little bit of a shock to them, not knowing how to handle it, you know. Put them in limbo, not expressing how they feel. I do feel like this person is single. I don't feel like there's so much of other people as far as seeing anyone else. Yeah, this is a lot of in their head energy. This is self-inflicted. This is being so much wrapped into their own thoughts, not really knowing how to see their way through and out and away with it. But they can get out of this energy, and it will end, because that's right up under the world card. So I do see that. I think it's just a matter of trying to protect their energy, healing their energy. I feel like this person wants to wipe the slate clean, more or less forget about the past, but sometimes, you know, we don't always do that, because things do need to be discussed for us to be going forward. We do have the Two of Cups as our ending energy. This came out yesterday as a clarifier. So we're still picking up on a lot of that collective energy. And this is someone from the past. That was already stated. So they're having a lot of nostalgic memories going in their head, thinking about past memories. This is someone that's very fond of you, though. Thinks a lot of you, thinks the world and holds you in extreme high regard. For some of you, you do share children, and they are wanting to put down roots. They're just more or less in their memories right now, thinking a lot about how they can move forward. But again, with the Four of Wands here and the Six of Cups, that indicates a new start. Being as where you're still guarded, though, probably in protective mode, in the sense of just not wanting to get your feelings hurt again. I was talking about in the last collective reading how we're trying to clear out a lot of our old energy so that we don't bring that into our new relationships. And I feel like that's what your person's doing at this time. It's just wiping the slate clean, but they have been a little bit in a confused space. I just think it has more to do with how they can blend. If this is for couples that have been previously together, you know, it's kind of one of those things where if you've separated and you've already gone separate ways, and then you decide to come back together, the confusion to your own children, just trying to figure out how to make that work. I am seeing a single father here as the main basis and the main energy. However, you know, that also talks about blended family. How are we gonna, it's just different when you meet somebody else, and you have to move homes or blend lifestyles, figure it out. How is it all going to work, especially if your person is at a distance, which that is also indicated here. There's a lot of emotional distance, but there is some physical distance as well. I do feel like they're going to reach out and communicate. They're just really in their feelings right now. I feel like there's a lot of regret and a lot of remorse, and they do want forgiveness. I just think that they know that they're not sure how you're going to take it, because that they know that they've been in and out energy, and it's really not fair to you, and they know that. It's very disheartening for them, because they're very much aware of the conflict that they've caused. They've held back a lot, and I think it was just more or less to guard their own feelings, but in doing so, they know that and have realized in that process that they're also making you very guarded. So I do see this being a very strong connection, though. A person that you're very, very comfortable to be around. They feel very, very comfortable with you. They would like to. This is also a very passionate energy as well. For some of you, you started out as friends, and this was also picked up in my last reading. You started out as friends, and they're wanting to take it to another level. Just figuring out how to close the gap here. But this is someone, a lot of you have known this person. You were already friends. You went to school with them. You grew up with them. They're also in your friend circle again, wanting to take it to the next level and start over on a clean slate. Just really trying to figure out how they can manage bringing themselves and their life along with your own life and blend the two. How to take those steps. So it just tells me that they're really in their head. They're trying to make a logical decision, and it's really conflicting them because their heart is in it, but yet they're thinking too much with their head. And they're also more or less thinking by themselves. They're not really communicating, which makes it even more confusing because two heads are better than one. So you're really not coming to the conclusion of anything, and it's like they're weighing themselves down a lot in their own energy because of it, because they're not communicating these feelings and they're not coming to a solution, because they don't want to come across as, maybe to get your hopes up high or not be, it's kind of that energy of not really being for sure, even though they know what they feel. They know that they miss you horribly. I mean, that's clearly here with the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups. You're the only one on their mind. It is a deep love. It is a soulmate love, especially with this Two of Cups here. And I do feel like they are going to return. This is a reconciliation energy right here. They do want forgiveness. They need to have a heart-to-heart. And I do feel like in the end, that's what's going to happen if this relationship wants to go forward and progress. I think a lot of feelings will come to the surface, and once it's all out, a lot of clarity will come in. Brighter days ahead for sure, because they feel like you have a beautiful energy as far as, both of you. Actually, this is a mutual energy. When you're around each other, if you have been together in the past, they feel like they're on top of the world with you. I mean, who else wouldn't want to feel like that? You bring out their childlike energy, and it's a very healing energy at that. This is someone that holds you very special in their heart, and they always want to feel that way. I think, if they have seen anybody else in the recent past, it's like it's a feeling of no one else compares to you. It's where did we go wrong? For those of you that have already been with this person, I just really see there's just this stuck energy, but again, they're stuck on you. They're stuck on you, and you're all that they think about for sure. They wonder if you'll wait for them. I feel like with that worth waiting for, it would be worth it, but it's kind of like they're having to just go through their own emotions and feel them out and do their own healing process. Because it does show this is your soulmate. We actually have this more than once. We have it in our angel. We have it in our tarot. We have it in the Six of Cups. This is all reconciliation energy, soulmate energy. But I feel like some wounds have come to the surface and they're just trying to figure it out. Heart-to-heart conversations. This also implies this right here. We have this twice. So we're coming to a conclusion for sure. It's been a long road. You've had some bumpy spots for sure. But their intentions are good. Even though in the past it's been a hot and cold energy. They do feel extremely guilty for that. They do. I think the best advice, whether it be you or them, your counterpart, your person, however you'd like to say, and wherever the energy falls, just give them a little bit more time to come out of their healing process. Because right now, I don't think when it comes to pushing the energy, that would do you any favors, simply just because people have their own healing process on their own time. They are gaining the courage, the strength to do it, though. And this is a very positive thing, because they do want to take charge. They do want to come out of this space. It's making them miserable. It's a really, I have like a little weird feeling in my stomach. It's just kind of like it upsets them. It literally physically upsets your person not to come forward, not to express how they feel, because they want to get it out. But there's the shy energy to it. With the Six of Cups being here of, what do I say? How do I say it? I know what I've done, and I know that I've hurt my person, you know, so it's they're upset about it. It actually makes me want to cry thinking about it, because that's the energy that's coming across. And they really truly do feel bad. I mean, this is clearly here because this is in their headspace. They're well aware of the hurt that they've already caused by the in and out energy, especially with the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands, he's in and out. He doesn't usually come to stay. You know, he can be a very exciting energy, but, you know, he's brief, he's swift. But he knows, it's almost like he knows if we don't do it this time, he's going to lose the chance to make this work, because he is wanting to lay down roots, you know, and have a solid foundation. But whether it's just circumstances going on around him or the weird space that's been created because of all the emotions and being stuck in their head, they're just not on that solid foundation right now. They're still in their emotions, trying to figure out a way to speak about it. But they do want to get through this rough patch. And they most certainly don't want your defenses to be up, because they realize that they're not getting anywhere. They're not getting anywhere by being stuck. But this is where I see your person at. Wanting to start over, wanting to have a clean slate, wanting to come together, wanting to talk about how can we make this move? How can we start again? How can we move forward? How can we blend our families? You know, they are single. You're the only one they want to be with. They want to close this chapter out, for sure. And I do feel like the divine stepped in and gave this person a little push. So it's just a matter of a little bit more time, because we are in that, there's a good amount of cups here. And that energy is very nostalgic. It's very loving, very caring. It does show a little bit of a mysterious energy, because it's just death and rebirth. We have to let some old things die out when we're healing, so that we can recover and move forward in a healthy energy. We don't want to hurt our person any further. By no means. I don't feel like this person, your person, done it on purpose, but I really don't feel that way. It's just they, I think, had a lot going on. Pretty much just have a lot going on. And they're just trying to ground themselves. This person could have recently moved. I do get that for some of y'all. And it's almost like, what have I done? Now I've already, you know, taken steps to be single. And that's not really what I wanted. For those of you that have already been in some kind of union, married, living together, in some kind of stable partnership previously. It's like they feel like they've made a grave mistake. That they did the wrong thing, that they made the wrong choice, and they want to correct it. It's just a matter of how to correct it, and they're not communicating. The only swords that we see here is somewhat in the mutual energy too, but it is that being closed off, not knowing, being overthinking, being in my thoughts so much that I'm not sure how I can get out of it. Not reaching out, overwhelming, intense. This could also allude to being up at night with worry. And it's one of those things that they can get out of their head. But I also feel like that comes with the healing process. You know, once they get some clarity and the clouds clear a little bit, we do have a little bit of overhead cloudiness. But this also goes to healing their inner child. And once that's done too, something had to have triggered it, whether it be a separation from your person. I feel like that was triggered, and some wounds have come up. And for all of us, we're on different timelines, and we have to do our own healing in our own time, in our own process. And nobody can do that for us. That's something that we have to do on our own journey for ourselves and in our own time. But don't be afraid to reach out to someone, and if you do need help and you do need to communicate, because again, two heads are better than one. That's seen clearly in both of these. Clearly. I will say, because there is a lot of chemistry, there is a lot of love, I don't feel like this person is leaving your life. It's not over, for sure. That sun's there, and they are going to get the clarity. I feel like this person wants to wake up to you every day. They want to see your face every day. They think it's beautiful. There's very beautiful, loving, innocent, pure energy in this reading. And it really does make me want to cry, because I can feel this person coming through, and they're very remorseful of their actions, and also of the actions that they didn't take, the things that they didn't say. And it's very unfortunate, because that's how we sometimes lose people, by not taking the action, because that is considered a response. And by doing so, we cause a lot of unnecessary confusion. That confusion comes from our shadow side, which is also depicted here in the Magician. You know, sometimes the Magician can be a trickster, especially with the Knight of Wands over here. You know, 1 minute in, 1 minute out. What you see is what you get. Take it or leave it. You know, he's always got something up his sleeve. But in this case, I really feel like it's about planning, because he has closed out a cycle. I feel like he's really planning on what the next steps are, because we did have proposal coming, and I want to make you mine. That was on one of your energy reads here. So underneath that was, I can't offer you anything right now, too much going on in my life, which kind of hints to what I was saying before. They're just in their headspace of thinking how to take the steps, how to go forward, what to do next, because I do feel like this is the calm before the storm. The clarity is coming. We see those are storm clouds in the back, but here's the sun. And with this is Scorpio energy together, which talks about death and rebirth. So they're coming, they're making life decisions that's going to affect more than one area of their life. And I feel like that includes all of their family, their daily lifestyle in general. So this is where a lot of that confusion is coming up. But once this cycle passes, we're able to move on with much more clarity, because that sun does come out and does give the clarity. So I hope this helps for someone out there, and I hope it resonated. We'll see what happens next, because the Three of Wands is here as well in this reading, and that's a lot of longing. That's a manifestation card of what we put out, we get back. So I do see this coming in for you, for whoever this resonates for anyway, whatever timeline you may be on in your own healing process. But again, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.